Good afternoon and welcome to the RattlerUp Network for continuing coverage of the San Marcos Spring Break Rattler Tournament. I'm CJ Odom and we are live for East Bernard versus Southwest here at Rattler Stadium. Our student leader, Creek Ennis, has been calling the games for us so far today, and we appreciate all his work. He's headed to class to get some classwork in as we're mid-school day here at San Marcos High School, and he has an opportunity. So he'll be back later on this evening and this afternoon to continue carrying on the game, but I will pick up the slack here as Southwest takes on East Bernard as that ball slap foul down the right-hand side. East Bernard got the leadoff runner on here in the top of the first as East Bernard takes on the Southwest Dragons. East Bernard, number 2, Fryer is the batter. Shortstop for the team. Slaps that one down. First baseman's got it. Over to first for the out. So one down in the inning. Runner moves into scoring position. We are playing tournament rules. We have a 90-minute timer. We will finish the inning they play when the time goes out. And we will continue on. So lots of action. All these teams getting 5 games of softball in across 3 days. So plenty of action here. So number 6, Kay Bossy, the batter for East Bernard. Runner at second, opportunity to get started, squares around a bunt, infield comes in, runner advances to third, but nobody there to cover. So number 1, Priester led off the inning getting on base, advanced to second on the fielder's choice, and now reached third as the runners were drawn in by the bunt. And so now East Bernard threatening here early in the first. That pitch fouled up out of play. East Bernard playing the second half of a doubleheader. They lost in their game this morning 17-1 to Shiner. Shiner has had 2 games and 2 wins today. East Bernard in their second game. Southwest playing their first game of the day so far. And they will be back to see it. Our next game will be San Marcos taking on Weimer after this game, approximately 2:30. As Bossy now works the count 2-1. Connects on the pitch to the shortstop. Shortstop bobbles it. Run comes in to score and no play. So Bossy reaches on the E6. Priester comes along to score, and East Bernard takes a 1-0 lead. So East Bernard again getting on the board early, knowing how important it is to get those early runs in tournament play with that timer slowly counting down. And that'll bring up number 15. Trying to push a runner along. 1 out here, top of the first. That ball misses low. Run the count 1-2. The 1-2 delivered high. Throw down to first. Almost had the runner able to slide back in, kind of caught by surprise. Good throw down by the catcher. Paris Alaquines behind the plate for the Dragons. So the count goes even. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Dobsky. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout for the game. And it'll move him to 2 outs. Still a runner at first. So an opportunity here for East Bernard to get tack another one on here. Again, we're live at the San Marcos Rattler Spring Break Tournament here in San Marcos at Rattler Stadium. As that ball misses high. Number 3, Crane batting for the Brahmas. Gets that one in off the wrist. It's going to drop into right field for a base hit just in front of right fielder Mackenzie Calandres. And so Crane is going to reach with a base hit, extend the runner to second, and East Bernard continues to rally, looking to score with 2 outs here as number 18, Hudgens, comes up to the plate for the Brahmas. Again, early scoring, so important in tournament play with that timer running. Finish the inning after 90 minutes, and we move on to the next game. 5 games for each of these teams in the 3 days they'll be playing. As that swing pitch is in there for a strike, swing and a miss, 0-1. Most of these teams still a little bit early into the district play if they've started at all. Getting these tournaments in to get some extra innings, get some work. That ball's hit back to the pitcher off the glove, able to knock it down and get the out. So what looked to be a base hit up the middle, the pitcher knocks it down and is able to get the out at second to end the inning. But East Bernard gets 1, and after half of an inning, and it's East Bernard 1, Southwest 0. We'll be back here on the RattlerUp Network. And we're back for the bottom of the first inning. East Bernard taking on Southwest in the San Marcos Rattler Spring Break Tournament. All the action brought to you live here on the RattlerUp Network. So leading off for the Dragons will be number 9, the left fielder, Cyree Espinoza. This is Southwest's first game of the tournament. As we mentioned, East Bernard playing a second half of a doubleheader here. So a couple of doubleheaders for these teams as they move in to this tournament play. They'll get 5 games across 3 days, and all those games will be brought to you here on the RattlerUp Network. Of course, our student broadcaster, Creek Innes, will be in the announcer's booth for all of these games. He was taking care of some business in his classes today. These are students, after all. We are in the middle of class during the day, so I'm going to help out today, and he'll be joining me for down the road as we move into San Marcos games. That ball's popped up to the pitcher for a first out. Coming up next, the Rattlers will be in action as they take on Weimar at 2:30. We'll have Creek here. I'll be joining him. 2-man booth for that game. And the action continues through Friday and Saturday. We want you to come out live and be a part of Rattler softball. And if you can't watch the games, then of course we want you watching here on the RattlerUp Network, the exclusive home for everything Rattler Nation. So now batting for the Dragons, number 5, the second baseman, Janaya Santos, as she takes that first pitch for a strike, or for a ball, 1-0. That one misses low, 2-0. Priester is the pitcher for East Bernard. She scored the only run in the inning last inning, and now she's in the circle to pitch for the Brahmas. That ball is flied in the air. So shortstop under it to make the catch. 2 outs. So 2 fly balls will start the inning for the Dragons, and that'll bring up their catcher, number 4, Paris Alaquines. Southwest is 6-4 overall in the season, 3-1 in district. So Southwest already 4 games into their district slate and already running a good record, 3-1, with an opportunity to get these 5 games in and then move back into district play, as that one misses up and in for a ball. Alaquines almost had a throw out on the base paths in the top of the first. We're able to demonstrate her arm there. That pitch misses low, 2-0. Priester's fallen behind on this batter, but has been able to force a couple of pop-ups here to start the first inning. Here's the 2-0. Outside for a ball, 3-0 now. So Alaquines, we'll see if she gets the green light. And that one in there just at the letters. So she laid off, took one, had one to burn. So 3-1 count now. And that one doesn't get there. So Alaquines draws the walk. And the Dragons get their first base runner of the game. And that's an opportunity for the next batter, shortstop number 1, Mia Martinez. Umpire making a note here with Southwest coach. They're going to bring in a courtesy runner, number 7, Brianda Gomez will be your courtesy runner on first. So they get that squared with the umpire. And now Martinez will come to the plate. An opportunity to push the runner along here. 2 outs. Bottom of the first. East Bernard with an early 1-0 lead. Priester on the mound. Delivers and connects for a strike. 0-1. You'll hear us talk a lot about it during the weekend, that the strategy a little bit different in tournament play with that clock running. 76 minutes on the clock as we speak. They'll play. They will not start a new inning after a certain time, as the swing and a miss is there for strike 2. They'll finish the inning they're in when time expires and then move on to the next game. So you could get 4 innings, you could get 7 innings, and it kind of plays into the strategy. The whole point is to get these girls at bats, get them opportunities, as all of these teams are preparing to extend into their district play. Batter calls time late. Umpire grants it. Pitcher was just about into a windup, has to stop, and they're going to reset. Big pitch coming from Martinez. She finds herself behind 0-2 in the pitch. She hits that ball into left fielder underneath it, and has got it for the 3rd out of the inning. So East Bernard gets a runner on, but no hits and no runs scored. So through 1, it's East Bernard 1, Southwest 0. We'll be back on the RattlerUp Network. Welcome back to the RattlerUp Network. We're here at the live at the Rattler Spring Break Tournament. We've got East Bernard and Southwest in this first matchup. We're excited to bring you all the action live here on the RattlerUp Network. We're expanding out, bringing in as many opportunities as we can for these kids to get this student broadcast off the ground. Students making graphics, score bug, camera work, producing, directing. It's really quite incredible as that pitch misses high to the leadoff batter, number 10, East, the batter for East Bernard. East Bernard scored 1 run in the top half of the inning to take that 1-0 lead as their pitcher, Priester, came around to score, their leadoff hitter as well. Pitch is there on the outside corner for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. The sun has come out quite considerably since our first 2 morning games, as now we play midday. Still to come, San Marcos takes on Weimar at 2:30. So we'll continue action throughout the day. And right there in that same spot, falls for a strike, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, all these teams are going to get a chance to play a lot of softball here today. 4 games today, as after the San Marcos Weimar game, Southwest will return. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So pitcher Alyssa Perez gets her 2nd strikeout for the night. And that'll bring up number 8, Millif, for the Brahmas. So yeah, Southwest will return at 4:15 to play Weimar. We'll have 3 more games tomorrow and then 5 games on a busy Saturday to finish out the action, as that pitch is a swing and a miss for a strike. Again, big opportunity for all these teams. It gets them at bats, gets some player experience ahead of district. East Bernard has not started their district slate yet, so this will be one of their final chances to get themselves ready for their district play. Kind of not sure if you want to check her swing there, and kind of committed there, makes it 0-2. That one misses up and away for a ball. Like we said, East Bernard playing the second half of a doubleheader for them, as that one's fouled off back into the batting cages. We'll do 1 and 2 again. East Bernard played Shiner in the game right before this. So everybody with an opportunity to play 2 ball games today. All right, Millif back into the box. And we'll do the 1-2 again. The pitch. Gets a hold of it, finds the hole between second and short, but no, shortstop, the third and short shortstop comes up with a great catch there. So Millif puts a hard hit on the ball, but the shortstop ready to go for the Brahmas makes the catch. And there are 2 outs in the inning. No complaints there with the swing. Certainly almost found that gap between third and short, but just couldn't quite push it through as the shortstop was ranging to her right and made the play. That ball misses high for a ball. All right, a 1-0 count here. That one misses high, ball 2. East Bernard trying to get a runner on and get a 2-out rally going here in the second. Lets that one go for ball 3. So number 12, Maley, the batter for the Brahmas, has worked the count 3-0. And that went in there. She started to kind of pull away, thought maybe that was low. Umpire says it was there right at the knees. So it's a 3-1 count now for Maley. The 3-1. Catches the outside corner. Kind of a delay there to see if it happens. So after falling behind 3-0, pitcher Alyssa Perez has worked the count full. So a big pitch here, 3-2, 2 outs. Top of the second now. And that one is inside for a ball. So a valiant effort there again to work the count full after falling behind. Although, wait a minute, I think they're coming back to talk. Umpire talking with the batter Melee at the plate here. I don't know if there's discussion about maybe it hit the bat instead. Even whether it hit her or not, it would have been ball 4. So I don't think the conversation is about whether it hit her. But if it hit off her bat, it would be a foul ball. We'd do 3-2 again. And I think that's what we're doing. We're gonna bring it back. I think he's saying it got a piece of the bat. I think Malley does exactly what you're supposed to do in that situation, right? Take off for first like you never touched it. But we're gonna reload, and so Alyssa Perez has another opportunity here with a 3-2 count. And the pitch. And that one misses high, so Malley will go on down to first base after all. So an opportunity there, not able to take advantage. And it'll bring East Bernard back to the top of their order with Priester. She reached and scored in the first to give East Bernard their only run early in this game. Umpire allowed a late timeout called there. In fact, the pitcher went on into the pitch. So Priester steps out of the box. She was the victim of that in the last inning, so she's going to be right on top of the plate here, and we're going to start this at-bat over again with Melee at first base. Perez in the circle, checks her signs. And that ball driven out to right field and foul. So all the way out, but couldn't straighten it out. That would have been a great one. It's kind of just caught in our batting practice nets there. All right, so an 0-1 count. Runner at first, 2 outs. Pitch is there for a strike. So Priester falls behind 0-2. All right, East Bernard continues. Try to push that runner along here in the top of the second. And that pitch there, sorry, our audio comes back just in time. It's a strikeout for the 3rd out of the inning. So Priester goes down and East Bernard strands 1 through 1.5. East Bernard leads 1-0. Keep it here on the RattlerUp Network. We're back on the RattlerUp Network just in time for that ball to go over the center fielder's head off the wall. It's worth 2 bases. Sorry, we had some audio difficulties there as we head now to the bottom of the second. First baseman Aaron Piedra leads off with a double for the Dragons. And that'll bring up number 14, center fielder Isabella Tijerina, with Southwest threatening with a runner on second. She squares around a bunt. Infield draws in, and that pitch will be a strike. So Tijerina, she squared to bunt. They may be just trying to push her across here, get that first run. We'll see infield playing in to expect it. Third base crashing. Squares around. That ball comes in and looks like it might have caught her on the leg. The ball gets by, so the runner advances. She's staying in. Doesn't look like it hit her, so it'll be a ball. Even the count, 1-1. Now I want to be in there for a strike, 1-2. Priester in the circle again for the Brahmas. Dragons threatening here in the bottom of the second. Have Piedra at third. Tijerina batting, ground ball to third. Throw over to first. In time. The play at the plate, not in time. So the sacrifice works. Tijerina is thrown out at first for the first out. But Piedra comes in to score, and the Dragons have tied the game at 1. That'll bring up designated hitter number 2, Madison Gonzalez. We're having some technical difficulties. We'll be back on the air in just one moment. All right, I think we have audio fixed up here. As Madison Gonzalez goes down for the second out of the inning, it brings up third baseman, number 6, Ebony Saldana. Saldana looking to tack on here as Southwest came back to tie it. It's now 1-1 in the second. All right, Saldana will step back in here. Priester delivers, swing and a miss for a strike. After Piedra scores 2 quick outs, that ball finds a way through, and it's a base hit for Saldana. So the Dragons will continue here in the second. And that'll bring up right fielder number 15, Mackenzie Calandres. All right, and the third out is retired. So we have played 2 here, and after 2, it's East Bernard 1, Southwest 1. All right, we've fixed some scorebook and electric difficulties there. We're back. It's the top half of the third inning. Runner at first, 1 out, as East Bernard now sends up number 15, Dobschi. She struck out in the first. Umpire's going over to check. Although it looks like now they have sent up for East Bernard, number 9, Ava Rodriguez, will now bat. Ball gets away. All right, pitcher Alyssa Bettis checking the signs and delivers. Ball's fouled off for a strike. Here's the 0-2. Sets up on the outside, doesn't get it. Moves the count to 1-2. Wind up in the pitch. Ball's flared in the air. Second baseman's there to make the catch. Second out of the inning. And that'll bring up number 3, Crane. Crane reached on a base hit in the first. As a teammate at first base looking to drive her in. Tie ball game, 1-1. As we move into the second third of the timer here, about 56 minutes on the clock. That pitch misses for a ball. Bossy, the runner at first. And ball's hit in the air. First baseman over to make the play and is there to make the catch in foul ground. So the Brahmas get one hit. They strand one runner on, and after 2.5 innings, their score remains tied at 1. Keep it here on the RattlerUp Network. All right, we are back in the bottom half of the third inning. East Bernard and Southwest all tied up for the Dragons. Lead top of the order. Number 9 left fielder Saray Espinoza will lead off for the Dragons. Here in the first pitch, fouls out with straight back. So the first couple of games in this tournament, some high-scoring affairs as the sun has come out and the afternoon has settled in. It's tightened in a little bit. We're through now. Tied up at 1, East Bernard and Southwest. That pitch is outside for a ball. As we mentioned, Southwest, this is their first game of the tournament as East Bernard is playing the second half of a doubleheader for today's action. Southwest will be back in the finale for the Thursday schedule later today. This is low, 2-1. Our next game will be at 2:30 as the San Marcos Rattlers take on Weimar. We'll have our student broadcaster, Creek Ennis, back in the booth for us as he's out taking care of some school business as the school day continues on here at San Marcos High School. Swing and a miss for a strike evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So these teams covering a lot of distance to come here to Rattler Stadium and get these games in. They'll get 5 games worth of action in these 3 days. 2-2 pitch. Foul up straight back. We'll do it again. You see the so 1 ball, 2 strikes as we get that fixed there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that ball grounded foul. Is it a foul down the left field side? Coming right at the cameraman out there, maintaining their distance on the riser. We got 4 cameras in action as we move our students around and try to provide this student broadcast to you live on the RattlerUp Network. Bringing all games of this Rattler Spring Break tournament to you. The RattlerUp Nation has also done soccer games, basketball games. They do every home baseball game. All of these live on the RattlerUp Network on YouTube. As that ball's fouled up, out of play again. Later on in the year, we'll carry the band percussion concert live from the San Marcos Theater, as well as graduation ceremonies. So the slate continues to build for the things being brought to you on the RattlerUp Network. Such a big opportunity. We love hearing from parents and families out of town that get to watch their kids perform or play. That one didn't get her, but it's inside. It'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. But again, a student brought usually a student announcer here alongside, even along with student cameramen, producers, directors, scorebook operators. And so excited that student broadcast brought to you by the CTE Digital Communications Program. Swing and a miss. They're going to throw down to first to seal it, and they do. So Espinoza goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. That's Priester's first strikeout of the game. And it'll bring up number 5, second baseman, Janaya Santos. Santos 0 for 1 in the game so far tonight. That ball hit out into left center, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Takes a big bounce off the turf, gets by the left fielder. Runner advances to second, and she's going to make a play for third, and she's going to be in easily. So a base hit that takes a big hop past the left fielder, and it results in 3 bases for Santos. And the Dragons looking to take advantage of an opportunity and take their first lead of the ball game. And they will look to catcher number 4, Paris Alaquines. Infield creeping in some. They want to keep that runner at third if a ball gets into play, as that pitch misses in for a ball. We talked earlier, a lot of runs scored in the first 2 morning games. This one certainly settled in, but there's a lot of ball to play. We're coming up on the halfway point on the time clock. Tournament rules, 90-minute clock. We have 49 on the clock remaining right now. As that ball's fouled back, strike 1. Infielder trying to knock the ball down and make sure they keep that runner at third while they try to get the out if a ball is put in play. Of course, Alaquina is trying to hit them where they ain't. And she does just that. Ball into center field, and it gets by the center fielder. It's going to roll the wall. Run scores. Alaquina comes around to second, and she's also going to hustle down to third. She's in without a throw. And a triple will bring in another run, and the Dragons take their first lead of the game. They lead 2-1. So the catcher gets a hold of one, finds the gap in left center, comes around to third, and the runner Santos comes in to score. 2-1 now, Dragons, and they are working with just 1 out now in the bottom of the third in their first lead of the game. Brings up shortstop number 1, Mia Martinez, as that ball misses outside. So the Brahmas find themselves in the same situation here. They're going to want to keep that runner at third. Umpire coming over to check. We're going to get a pinch runner here. So the Dragons are sending over number 7, Brianda Gomez, once again to run. So they put the speed on third. Martinez will bat. And here's the pitch. Ball's there for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. Priester continues to pitch for the Brahmas. Got her first strikeout in the inning to lead off this inning, but a base hit and a triple have allowed a run and looking to capitalize here are the Dragons, as that one misses high, 2-1. If Martinez can continue and extend the inning, first baseman Aaron Piedra should be coming up for the Dragons. She scored the only other run for the Dragons back in the second, as that pitch misses. And Martinez is ahead 3-1. Infield again, corners playing at the bags. And that's going to get by. Run comes across. There was a hesitation there. We weren't sure if it was ball 4, if it hit her. It was a ball, but on the ball that gets away, pinch runner Gomez comes in to score, and the Dragons now find themselves leading 3-1. Still just one out in the inning as first baseman Aaron Piedra comes to the plate, but they're going to take a timeout here. The Brahma's going to go ahead and talk, either maybe calm the pitcher down. Doesn't look like they've got anybody up. It's a situation where you've been throwing real hard. You've been throwing good, just having a rough inning. We've seen that all tournament long, one inning kind of turning the game on some of the teams. Still just 3-1. East Bernard, certainly capable, not out of this game at all, just having a rough inning. 2 runs have come in so far, still 1 out and a runner on first. And again, Piedra will be the batter for the Dragons when this meeting is over. Again, doesn't look like any switch is being made, just making sure the infield knows their assignments. And give pitcher Priester here a chance to settle in and dial in. All right, umpire out to say that that's the time. Then we'll look and see if we're going to make a switch. And we're going to remain with Priester. So the infield heads back to their positions. So big at bat here with just 1 out. Runner at first. 3-1 the lead for Southwest, but they're looking to add to it. Big at bat here for both teams. Stop the tide here in the third or extend the lead. Runner goes, and she's going to be up without a throw. The pitch was there for a strike, but Martinez takes second on the steal. And now she's in scoring position, which really changes the strategy for the Brahmas in the infield. That pitch fouled back, 0-2. If Piedra extends, center fielder Tijerina will be the next to bat for the Dragons. That went up and away for a ball. Good decision there by Priester. You've got a pitch to waste. You're up 0-2. See if you can get her to chase something, but Piedra shows the discipline, holds on. Here's the pitch. And gets away, and the runner is able to advance. Runner was kind of moving anyway. So now the count is 2-2. But the Dragons have moved Martinez over to third. Piedra looking to drive her in and extend this lead. Piedra checks the signs on her wrist. And here's the 2-2. Ball hit out into left field, and it's going to fall in the gap. It's going to go to the wall. 1 run is going to come in. Runner advancing to second with no throw, and it is a double for first baseman Aaron Piedra. She drives in a run, and the Dragons have scored 3 in the inning to take a 4-1 lead. So again, works that count deep. Opportunity there for Piedra, and she took advantage of it. Drives it all the way to the wall in left center. And that'll bring up center fielder Isabella Tijerina. And that pitch is there for a strike. 0-1. Tijerina grounded out in the second. She's falling behind 0-2. DH Madison Gonzalez on deck for the Dragons. Piedras checks the signs and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike three, a huge second out. Just exactly what Piedras needed. 2 strikeouts in the inning, despite giving up the 3 runs. So she's throwing the pitches exactly where she wants to throw them. The Dragons have just been able to find the holes in the outfield. And now designated hitter number 2, Madison Gonzalez, steps in now with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, and a swing and a miss to start strike 1. The Brahmas will have the 6, 7, and 8 spots up in the lineup when we come up in the top of the 4th. 41 minutes on the clock in tournament play as that pitch is in there for a strike. Strike 2, 0-2. There you see Piedras dialing in. Time is called. Kind of an umpire flavor there, whether or not you allow those late timeouts. This one certainly been willing to do so. So he lets them reset. Piedras delivers, misses away, ball 1. Kind of an all or nothing inning for the young pitcher, Piedras. 2 strikeouts, but 3 runs allowed. Looking to dial in and make those pitches she knows she's capable of making. And that ball was swung on. We were looking to see if there was contact, but it was swung on and missed. So 3rd strikeout of the inning, retires the inning. But unfortunately for the Brahmas, the Dragons put 3 more on the board. And after 3, the Dragons lead 4-1. We'll be back right after this on the RattlerUp Network. And we are back on the RattlerUp Network. It's the top of the 4th here at the Rattler Spring Break Tournament. As a swing and a miss starts us off here. Leading off is number 18, Hudgens, for the Brahmas. The Brahmas find themselves down 4-1. And joined at the commentary booth, his student announcer in training, Mr. JQ Quintero. JQ, welcome into the booth.
Hey, guys.
So JQ, we're excited to have you here in the booth. You're, again, one of our student announcers kind of learning their way through. And so what have you been able to notice so far in the broadcast? You were kind of working the score bug a little bit earlier. Tell us about that.
So what I noticed is that some of the people that are playing right now,
well, tell us about the score bug. I was saying that you've been running, and for those that don't know, the score bug is that top left corner spot that's kind of all the different, the score, the count, the base runners. So tell us about how you've operated that. You have a laptop in front of you that you're kind of running that on these games, correct?
Correct. And so it's kind of confusing because you don't know which team's on the bottom or top at the beginning of the game. But it gets easier as you go because you know which team's scoring, which team's not scoring. And
so kind of learn it as you go here. And so just for those watching at home, the umpires are checking with the coaches. There may be a lineup issue. We don't have a line into the field to see what they're working on, but it looks like they've got it worked out. Once again, number 18, Hudgens, is leading off for the Brahmas in this inning. and is down 0-1. But after that first pitch, they were just something being checked here. And once again, the home plate umpire, I don't know if he's checking the count, but he looks satisfied with what he's got here. So we're going to go back to action. 0-1 count to Hudgens, top of the fourth. Bettis the pitch. That ball's hit to shortstop, gobbles it up, throws down to first for the out. So Hudgens is the first out of the inning. So the Brahmas trying to come back. They scored one in the first. Their leadoff hitter, Priester, got on and scored. They haven't been able to push one across since and find themselves down 4-1. There you go. See a shot of Alyssa Bettis, the pitcher for the Dragons. As number 10, East, comes up for the Brahmas, looking to get something going here in the fourth. So Alyssa will check the wrist, get the signs, and deliver. That pitch misses for a ball, ball one. So, JQ, you were talking about working that scorebug. What are some other things that you've done as part of RattlerUp Network broadcasts?
I've done commentary for the basketball games.
Ball fouled back for a strike.
And I've done the cameras. The cameras are the fun part.
And actually, we have a substitution in that we didn't catch. So right now, batting for the Brahmas is number 13. That is Esquivel. She lets that pitch go for a ball. So Esquivel now 2-1.
So the fun part about the cameras is that you are able to set them up and you are able to move them. And some of those jobs are fun, but then others you have to be serious and patient about.
That pitch just there on the inside corner for a strike, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And yeah, we've seen you guys up there either in the rafters or wherever the cameras are set up, and also running podcasts, right? So we have a podcast studio at San Marcos High School, and I know you guys are a big part of bringing those things to us. As that pitch is there for a strike, swing and a miss, strike 3. So 2 outs in the inning. And that will bring up number 8, Millif, for the East Bernard Brahmas. So Alyssa Bettis continuing to look good out there. So we saw a lot of runs scored early on, JQ, but it seems like this, since the sun's come out, we're getting a lot tighter ball games. Is that correct?
Correct. And I think it's just because of the glare from the sun, that it's starting to affect the player's view.
Yeah, there may be something to that. As we mentioned, the Brahmas on the second half of their doubleheader, so they're playing a second game of the day. Southwest getting their first game of the tournament in. They'll play again later on in the wrap-up of Thursday's schedule as that ball gets chased outside, but swing and miss, so a strike. Our next game is coming up after this one at 2:30. San Marcos Rattlers taking on Weimar. It'll be San Marcos' second game of the day, Weimar's first. San Marcos opened up this morning. That 9 a.m. game as that pitch catches the corner for a 3rd out, 2nd strikeout of the inning. So 3 up, 3 down go the Brahmas, and we've played 3.5. JQ, you'll stay with me here at the bottom of the 4th, won't you?
Yep.
All right, we'll go to commercial break. JQ and I will be back right here on the RattlerUp Network. And we're back here on the RattlerUp Network. Bottom of the fourth, Rattler Spring Break Tournament live here on the RattlerUp Network. JQ along with CJ Odom here in the booth. As that ball misses high, batting for the Dragons, the third baseman, Ebony Saldana, faces a 1-1 count here to start the game, or start the inning. Dragons with a 4-1 lead, looking to extend it. About 30 minutes left on the timer. We're playing tournament play here. 90-minute timer, foul ball, straight back 1-2. Joined in the broadcast booth by JQ Quintero. And JQ, again, opportunity for you to do a little bit of everything. So you've run cameras, you've done scorebug, even some announcing up here with us in the booth. What do you think is your favorite part as that pitch is not there for a ball? What's been your favorite, one of the many jobs you've done as part of this broadcast?
I'd say setting up the cameras for the football games. It's always setting up the cameras is really fun.
Right. Just understanding. When I see some of the things you guys are doing, it blows me away. I don't know how any of those buttons work. I don't know how any of the levers work. The stuff that you know just blows me away. Is that pitch is inside, catches Saldana, so she's going to reach base on a hit by pitch. So the leadoff runner is on for the Dragons, and right fielder Mackenzie Calandres is going to be up for the Dragons.
The crazy part about for me is that I actually never touched a camera until my 9th grade year.
Mm-hmm. And what grade are you in now, JQ?
I'm in 10th grade.
Awesome. So, yeah, that's, I think, the story for so many of our kids, right? They get to the program, they've never, as she tries to square around but pulls back, ball gets away. So she went around enough. It'll be 0-1. Runner will return to first. So, yeah, you guys come in, never worked the camera, and some of the, even just right here in our announce booth, we have this, what's called a roadcaster here in front of us. I know how to mute it. That's the only button I know how to work. You guys know how to work the levers, the buttons. It's pretty incredible to see a student broadcast like this come together. It's just the bunt squares around, throw down to second, not in time. So she squares around a bunt, pulls back, but Saldana is still able to advance to second. And now with a 1-1 count to Calandres, she has a runner in scoring position as she looks to extend this Southwest lead 4-1.
So whenever my 9th grade year, I joined in half the year. Mm-hmm. So I had to figure out what all the buttons did in the studio. And then after that, it took me about 3 weeks to watch every video.
Ball misses high for a ball.
To watch every video and figure out what the equipment does. So now I'm the floor manager in the studio and for my class. And it's really
Ball's
fun.
Fouled up and out of play, evens account. Yeah, we've seen you in a lot around, and you've gotten to be that floor manager, and I think that's the thing that people are impressed with. We talked a little bit about JQ when during the basketball tournament, we had some parents come by and ask what company was doing the broadcasting, and I think they were surprised to find, no, it's all students. It's just a part of the program. Foul ball back, continues to count 2-2. I want to thank our sponsors. You see those boards out in center field. We'll mention them throughout the game. Victory Cleaners, RBFCU, Classic Collisions, so many great local San Marcos companies that come together to make San Marcos Rattler softball possible. As that pitch misses outside, ball 3. And JQ, we've got a digital broadcast trailer coming up. I think you've heard about that. And we've the opportunity to maybe broadcast some road games and road art events, band events, concerts. As that pitch is there, swing and a miss, they throw down to first to seal it. Runner does advance to third, but they get the strikeout for the first out of the inning and send the Dragons to the top half of their lineup. And left fielder Cyree Espinoza. What are you thinking about the idea of and actually looks like we have a pinch. We're getting a substitution there. So number 7, Brianda Gomez is going to be in for Espinoza. She's come in and courtesy run a few times tonight. This will be her first chance at the plate. She fouls that one off for a strike. So how excited, JQ, we'd be about getting to get that trailer loaded up and take the show on the road?
I'd be very excited because I think this is the first time that we're doing this.
Yes.
So it would be very exciting because
swing and a miss for a strike.
Because number 1, I get out of school. Number 2, I can help on I can go with band to broadcast stuff.
I think that's the exciting thing, right? You know, things like band concerts, choir concerts, sporting events. As that pitch misses for a ball, it's the opportunity for people. We always want you to come live, but if you can't come live, the opportunity to still see and support the Rattlers that do so many great things at this school and are so a part of so many programs. And these students are excited to be able to bring that to you. As that pitch is there for a strike, the second strikeout of the inning, the fifth for Priester so far in the game. Again, Priester's thrown an excellent game for the Brahmas. That third inning really was the crux of it. A base hit, a triple, and a double given up that allowed 3 runs to come across. But otherwise, she's been in firm control. 5 strikeouts on the game. 2 strikeouts in this inning, looking to get out of this one without a run scored as that pitch misses wide to number 5, Janaea Santos, the second baseman for the Dragons.
So what I was thinking was that for the trailer, we could.
Ball gets away. Runner advances and will score. So unfortunately, on the wild pitch, Saldana able to come around. Southwest puts another one up, and they now lead 5-1.
We could get more experience with the trailer, going to away games, going to concerts, all that.
Right. Yeah. The opportunities is the key, right? The chance to do more for more kids, show more Rattlers doing what they do. So 2-0 count here to Santos. The ball's hit in the air and drops for a base hit. So Santos reaches, and they're going to continue a little 2-out rally here and send up the catcher, Paris Alaquinez. Paris had a walk in the first, a triple in the third that drove in a run, and then she would have Gomez come in and score for her in the third. Chance to put another RBI on the lead board and extend that lead. Timer running here is kind of the big piece for East Bernard as that pitch is there for a strike, 0-1. 24 minutes remain on the timer. If you're not familiar with tournament play, 90 minutes on the clock. Don't finish an inning. Don't start an inning after a certain time. Finish the inning you're in when the timer goes up. So East Bernard down 4, but also kind of up against it, needing to hurry. So this third out is huge, not only for the not putting a run across JQ, but also making sure they've got time to get some more at-bats.
And so for, if the football team gets to playoffs, we could potentially film at the Alamo Dome.
Right. We know the football team with that great run this year had the chance to go down and play at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. So we might get live broadcast something like that with our trailers. So, yeah, the opportunities are endless. We're excited about that for sure.
And we could potentially do band UIL events.
Right. We've got that band percussion event already planned for this season. And then we'll be able to catch some road events later on down the road. So bringing us back to the softball game right now, 1-2. Runner at first, bottom of the fourth here. Southwest has extended their lead to 5-1. East Bernard looking to get out of this inning and get back to the plate. That ball's hit out. Center fielder underneath it. Catch is made, and the third out is retired. So 1 run is scored. Southwest extends their lead. East Bernard will come up in the bottom or the top of the fifth to try to take the lead down 5. We are back on the RattlerUp Network at the Rattler Spring Break Tournament here at Rattler Stadium in San Marcos, Texas. It is game 3 of the Thursday night slate as East Bernard and Southwest are battling. We go to the top half of the 5th. East Bernard down 5-1. There are just 21 minutes on the clock, so you start to wonder how many more innings they may or may not have. So for East Bernard, I believe that's number 12, Malley, leading us off here. She's got a walk in the second as that ball misses. 2-0. After Malley, they'll go back to the top of the order with Priester, Fryer, and if the inning continues, Bossy. So this becomes an important inning for the Brahmas as that clock continues to tick. Check swing, but got some of it. Fouls it off, 2-1. 20 minutes on the clock right now as we start the top of the 5th. That ball fouled back straight for another strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Coming up next will be the San Marcos Rattlers taking on Weimer. That's a 2:30 start. Creek Ennis will be back in the booth for that game. Our student broadcaster here. We had JQ join us a little bit for this game here. As that pitch finds the corner, it's a called strike. First out of the inning. So an important out for the Dragons as the East Bernard Brahmas trying to get something going here in the 5th. They're going to go to the top of the order, and Priester has been doing a wonderful job tonight. At the plate, she came around and scored the only run for East Bernard. She's had 5 strikeouts in the game, but just had some little gaps in the middle that kind of took her out of it, and Southwest took advantage. So looking to help her own cause here now with 1 out in the top of the 5th. All right, umpires checking some things here. And we're back and ready to go. Cloud cover a little bit thicker now. The sun came out for a patch there. The clouds have kind of covered that up. Priester hits one to right field. Right fielder drifting back on it. It's over her head and off the wall. Priester to second. They're going to send her to third, and she's going to be in without a throw. A triple off the wall for Priester, and she is absolutely doing what she can to help her cause. So shortstop Fryer will be up now with an opportunity to drive in the pitcher, Priester. Only 1 out in the inning, and so this is exactly what the Brahmas wanted to see, with an opportunity to chip away at that lead. So she got absolutely every bit of that. It was starting to drift. You thought it might be gone. It one-hopped the wall, and that pitch misses for a ball. So Fryer ahead 1-0. Has a runner on third looking to drive her in. If she can continue the inning, Bossy will be on deck. Ball misses up and away for a ball. 2-0. So Fryer now can be a little bit more selective as the coach is coming out to talk to pitcher Alyssa Perez. Alyssa Perez has also done a wonderful job. She has 6 strikeouts in the game. Has held the East Bernard to just 1 run and only 3 hits. That triple by Priester was only the 3rd hit by East Bernard in this game. So the coach for the Dragons out to talk to Perez. Going to go ahead and get her dialed in. Say they're not going to be so worried about Priester at third with a 4-run lead, 17 minutes on the clock. 1 out. They're thinking, let's just get the next 2 batters, get ourselves back up in the inning. Depending on how this goes, we may play a 6th as well. That clock will play a big factor in whether or not that happens. 5-1 the lead for the Dragons. Here's the pitch. It's there for a strike. 2-1. So Perez trying to get back in the count. Fell behind 2-0. This pitch would allow her to even it up if possible. Swing and a miss. Got exactly what she needed. So now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Once again, not too worried about the runner at third. They know with a 4-run lead and the clock ticking, the focus is going to be on Fryer at the plate. The 2-2. Ball hit into right field, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Run's going to score. Gets by the second baseman, but not enough to get her by. So a base hit from Fryer will drive in the run, and East Bernard not done yet. It's 5-2 Dragons.
So the clouds might be affecting the pitcher's throws, but it doesn't seem to do that because even though the sun's out, the pitcher is not really affected by it, as you can see.
Right, so swing and a miss for a strike from Bossy, number 6. All right, so runner at first. East Bernard trying to continue the count here. Trying to continue their rally. Fryer at first. That ball's fouled back to the screen for a strike. 0-2. It'll be Rodriguez on deck for the Brahmins, trying to extend this inning. All right, Pettis checking the signs. Set to deliver the 0-2. Misses, but throw down to first. Is it in time? No. So trying to catch the runner leading off a little too much. Good throw down from the catcher, just not quite in time. Fryer able to slide back in. Going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. That pitch misses. It'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bossy has been on base both times she's appeared today. Reached on an error in the first, base hit in the third. Looking to advance Fryer and keep this game alive for the Brahmas. That ball is hit to third base. The play over to second, not in time. Or was they did get her? Looking for the call. It looked like they'd say it was in time. So they get the lead runner. So an important second out and catching the lead runner is so important. So Bossy reaches on a fielder's choice, but there are now 2 outs in the inning. So the Dragons able to stop it from being worse than it could have been, as Rodriguez will come up now with Bossy at first, but now 2 outs. East Bernard has put 1 on in this inning. They got to do it with 2 outs now, as that one's fouled off. Bossy's Rodriguez came in the third. Swing and miss for a strike, 0-2. .13 on the clock, so depending on how this goes, we are likely to see a 6th inning. As that one misses outside, throw down to first, not in time. East Bernard kind of in a bind here with 2 outs. Certainly want to get those runs across, but also watching that clock. If the 5th inning is still in play when that timer hits 0, then we will end the game through 5. But right now, their focus is on taking their runner at first around and trying to continue to add to this inning. Looks in for the signs. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it. So a second strikeout of the inning. Alyssa Pettis gets herself out of trouble, but East Bernard scores 1, and we'll go to the bottom of the 5th with the Dragons enjoying a 5-2 lead. Keep it here on the RattlerUp Network. All right, we're back with the RattlerUp Network, and we are, during the commercial, we saw the timer on the scoreboard. I think we lost some time in the beginning, so time has expired, and so it is a final. Southwest Dragons get the 5-2 lead over the East Bernard Brahmas, and so a 5-2 game. Like we said, the Bats were really cooking in the first 2 games of this tournament, but boy, when the sun came out, it narrowed it down. So an exciting 5-2 game. East Bernard really put up as much as they could there in the 5th, but that tournament clock got them, and that'll be a final. So the Dragons win 5-2. That'll end it for this game. Coming up next with a 2:30 start, or as soon as they can get the game started. So I'd stay here on the RattlerUp Network if you want. Creek Ennis will be back in the booth. The San Marcos Rattlers take on Weimer in San Marcos' second game of this San Marcos spring break tournament. So we've got more softball action. It all continues here on the RattlerUp Network.